Techies and techettes, we're back at it yet again. AMD has been under a little bit more of an interesting structure nowadays with their newer 20.8.1. If you watch the overclocking episode, you will definitely see that there was a lot of holdbacks compared to the 20.4.2, which is the standard which still holds its overclocking until now. Now check this out, because this is just a mid-patch note, because there's been a really major circumvent, which is the 3.5 and 4.5, what they had for the networking of just 2004. And gee golly, does it make overclocking a lot more fun. So check this out, what I actually ended up getting, these scores. The one on the left is the one that we currently had before. It was like, oh no, what's going on? You know, it's like we just realized that everything on worked, and now it's basically you have to go with the graphics accelerator on with variable refresh rate off. So yeah, I know it's confusing, but that's what mid patch notes are for you guys and gals. And this again is with the graphics accelerator on. With only 2000 on the cap, I could push the graphics card a lot farther because it was very well balanced, honestly, with playing around with the whole thing. But we're gonna go ahead and take a look at a few of the scores, and we'll size them up for what's going down for as far as the mid patch note. So the two different scores, the one on the right, which you have, which is the brand new circumvent by itself, just running natively, which by the way, I found out a really cool trick just in case you want to get a little bit more performance out of your card, especially the AMDs and the way that it flushes through the system, is that the one on the left is the one where I turned off the variable refresh rate and just had the graphics accelerator on, and we regained about 1,000 points, which was really cool. But I retested both of those and they were consistent. So basically what you have to do is, depending on if you're tuning your graphics card regardless here and there, between Windows updates, and I've noticed that this has happened with OBS and so many other programs, and in fact I'm really surprised that my microphone is on. Yeah, seriously, after circumvents, it's a crazy Windows ecosystem shift that sometimes it screws with crap, especially with AMD, which doesn't have as broader as a driver support team that like Nvidia or Intel would be able to throw at and be able to like, oh yeah, Windows is going to do this crazy thing, so we're going to catch that, you know. So you just refresh everything, like clearing it by hitting the default, and then if you have like your own save, redial back in. And plus it's a really nice way to see what ends up playing nice with these drivers. When I did the overclocking of the episode, it was completely tanked. I couldn't even get anything past 21 and a half. I was able to get 2, like that's the 22,000 is pretty good at that point in time. I'm like digging the whole portion of 500 in the gain, and I had more room to play with. So I like to think that the ecosystem is playing pretty well until Windows does another crazy update, or you know, AMD updates, and maybe we might see some really cool stuff. But for right now, make sure you don't have your variable refresh rate off. I did some other testing, but it was pretty consistent throughout the whole situation. It was tanked scores up until you just have the accelerator on by itself. So I can't help but stress that enough. Turn off your variable refresh rate and you should be fine. Just stick with the GPU scheduling. But everyone, that's pretty much it for our mid-patch notes. Seems like we're in a wild, wacky races of updates when it comes down to graphics drivers and Windows terrain. But if you are new to the network and just joining in at this point in time and wondering what's going to happen next, you can always subscribe. It's absolutely free, helps me as a creator, and if you do today, who knows, maybe, just maybe, I'll learn how to do like that, you know, air bending thing, and then it would be cool. And then I would have to learn how to do like fire bending, and then I just become like the bender, the elemental. It'd be really tight. But you can always subscribe to find out, but who knows. I'll see you guys and gals in the near future.